One way to study painting is to think of music. When you study music, you have a music score, you have an instructor, and the instructor helps you to see things in the score that will help you make a better interpretation and understand the music. In painting, we have masterworks. I am here to show you how these masterworks are done so that you can interpret them in your own way. We're not here to copy, we're not here to render anything, we're just here to have the experience of painting. Can you see the red flowers? Can you see the yellow flowers, blue flowers? Can you see the green, the flower vase? Can you see the table? That's what anybody can see. What only a painter can see is that this painting is divided in two. On the top half, you have all the action, the colors, the flowers, everything is happening on the top half. The lower half is much more calm. It has open spaces, it has geometry. So the first thing we make when we start this transcription is a line through the middle of the paper. Now we know this is our composition. The second thing that only a painter can see is that at the center of the composition there is a big flower. And that's the second thing we make. And of course, we don't want to get overly descriptive at this point. We just want to have an open line, an That's good enough for me. Now I can start with the colors. The first color we'll use is yellow. That is because it's the clearer one and the one that will combine better as we start. Wherever I see yellow, now I'm ready to go for the second color, which is the orange. Yellow and orange blend really well, so don't be afraid to have them overlapping, because that's one of the ways how painting will gain depth as well. Now I can move on to the next color, which is red, and any shade of red. Now it's a good moment to stop, let the colors sit and dry before we move on to the greens and blues. Now we're ready to start with the greens and the blues. And again, we don't care about rendering, we just care about the experience of painting, and we will start always lighter, more water than pigment at the beginning, and as we advance, we will use much more pigment and less water. Again, I'm not particularly concerned about rendering. I see the color and I put it on the canvas. Now we'll let this sit and we will come back for another session in which we will repeat line and color. In figurative painting, we have two elements, line and color. They have to establish a dialogue. A dialogue, nobody can talk louder than the other. Line and color are saying the same thing, but in different ways. So we have too much color right now, it's overpowering the line, and we want to bring back the line so that the image will be balanced, the dialogue will be balanced. Line and color are saying the same thing in different ways, and we want to understand each other in its own nature. So we will again draw. This time, if you want, you can get a little more descriptive. I'm still not caring about what I did last session. I am engaging with fresh eyes, making things happen for the first time. So wherever I see something, I make it where I see it. Now, if you want, it's a very good time to start defining a little more the drawing. But again, that's not what we are here for. As we advance in the drawing, we'll see that the artwork is gaining a different kind of consistency. We are putting in dialogue line and color. There will be a time in which we will get more specific, more descriptive, just not yet. And now again, we are ready for another round of color. And we'll start always with the yellow. And again, I am seeing things for the first time. After yellow again, orange. Wherever I see orange, I'll make it happen. This time I am using more pigment than water. I am building it up a little stronger without affecting what it's underneath. Now let's move on to the red ones. And again, I'm seeing everything for the first time here. We'll let this sit for a few minutes, and when it's dry, we will come back with another round of greens and blues. Now we go back to our greens and blues. This is the second round, so we will be a little more robust with the colors. We'll use less water and more pigment. And again, I'm not really caring what I do with the brush. The last thing we'll do today is bringing back the line. Right now, colors are too loud, and we want to have a balanced dialogue still. And now, really feel free to get as detailed as you like. I'm not doing much to make this look like flowers on a vase, but you can go ahead and do it. The important thing is that we are relating to line and color, and we are starting to see how different they are and how well they relate when we let them be freely. See how easy it would be to actually make renderings of flowers right now, but I don't really care about that. I am much more focused on bringing the sounds out of this image, making it alive. It is always tempting to be overly descriptive and make it look better, but in my eyes, better doesn't mean much if the painting is totally stiff. As a first experience, this is good enough for me. Now we can engage with what we have done, and we can see that it has line, it has color, the brushwork is lively, it's open, there is air, there is quiet spaces, there is crowded and loud spaces. So it has many elements of painting activated. And that's what we want right now, to have something that we want to come back to. Now we have a method. We know that line and colors go separate ways, but they are saying the same things in their own ways. We know that we start by yellow and we end up by blue. And we know that we can paint in different sessions.